Spun out in first lap, then caught back up to all of them and started passing. Fastest car out there. Everyone needs to learn the track better.
We had a tough start. Mike was mid-pack, got a little bit sideways going into the first turn, ended up last. Came out of there and turned some pretty fast lap times. Ended up right back where he started in 12th place, but was significantly faster than probably all but 3 cars on the track. So in talking with Mike afterwards, the car is super glued, it's perfect, the engine was strong. We've got another 200 RPM than we had during the day. I'm not going to touch it, we're ready to go. It's just a matter of getting a better start and keeping clean. But tough day.
Today is like the second and third heat rounds, and then tomorrow will be the pre-finals and finals. And today is basically the final day is to get your starting position for the pre-final.
Well, it was raining on qualifier, and now it's a little more dry, so everyone's the same. We had to switch to our slicks, and we had to make a little bit of adjustments to make it better in the dry. I think I'm going to perform pretty well.
Start your engine.
I was just thinking, is my leg bleeding, any of that? Is my leg cut? I was just racing, went to the first corner, got hit really hard, hit this other guy that spun out. I flipped in the air, and then and then something hit my leg really hard. Went back in the pits, and now here we are.
How hard of a hit was that into the side? That was the left side. That's what launched you up. Somebody jammed this all the way in, bent the bar, so we got to take all this off, bend the bar back out so it'll go in straight.
Yeah, because I don't have a chance to win the Nationals now.
Well, Chris started 12th. There was a red flag incident on the first lap, first corner, 4 karts. I think they were nose to tail, and somebody ended up popping up in the air. I think they came down on Mikey. Mikey he seemed to be really hurt. He got out of the cart, but then kind of rolled over and just laid there. Jeff was pretty nervous about the whole thing. Jeff got permission to go out on the track, check on him. Obviously, Mikey's fine.
First strike in the Grand Nationals, somehow it punctured my rear tire and it bent my chassis. So I was out of that race.
After the wreck, we had to replace the whole axle. The entire left body work was crushed in. Mounting bars were crushed. It's hard to look at the car now and realize it was even in a wreck, but just double checked every nut and bolt on the car to make sure it's tight. And then fired up the engine to see if everything was good there too. We're ready to roll.
Car fixed and went back out and finished in 8th from 12th. You might have to do last chance race, which is a qualifier to see if you can move on to the main.
Installing a seat strut, which is going to mount at a little bit different place. Hold the seat up higher, keep them better in it, and see how you can move that seat up a little bit, keep it firm. Take the weight off of it, but the other thing this was doing was since the seat and the strut is attached to the frame, that's an integral part of the chassis, it changes the handle in the car.
It was stretched out from the wreck where the car got on top of me. It kind of pushed me to the side and it stretched my seat, so I was kind of bobbing to the sides and stuff. I'm gonna see if we have to do the qualifier to go to the main event. Yes, I'm not in it. Como. They moved me to 24th. 29 to 40 have to do the last car race. At the Grand Nationals, I felt pretty bad that came all this way, and then I almost got eliminated from the Grand Nationals because the seat strut, the wrecks, and all that. Hey, Dad, guess what?
What?
We're not in it.
You made it?
Yep.
Woo! Okay, we can slow down.
I'm on 24. I'm 24th.
24th overall? 12th row?
I don't know.
Okay, man.
I think some people got bumped down because of the penalties.
Okay. Well, they might have also finished like last, and last. You finished 11th, 8th, and last. So, not bad. Not bad, buddy. Good job.
Well, in the semifinals, I was just behind Chris, and I was catching up. The next thing I know, I take a hard turn, because there's a hard turn that you have to take every time, and it forces you to the side a lot because you're kind of turning, and there's this big circle thing, and then there's a tight turn. And after that tight turn, my strut just gave loose and came apart. So I came in, and I was the last person there, and then during the semifinals, more people spun out and took themselves out. So I had a great advantage if my seat strut didn't break. I would have probably won it if my seat strut didn't break.
I started 22nd in the pre-final or the semi, but I lost my chain. I'm gonna work extremely hard to make it up.
When I'm getting my gear on, I kind of think about, I'm thinking about just kind of racing through my head on the track, getting the feelings and all that, memorizing all the lines, gas and brake, where to do all that. So if you brake too early, then you slow down, and if you brake too late, you can pretty much lose the race right there. You'll spin and get off the track, you might lose a chain. I'm still gonna drive my kart like I've never driven it before. I'm going for broke.
Last place, right? Only one car in the whole pack spins out. You hit him right in the middle. Like you don't even see him.
I try as hard as I can, Dad. It's never hard. It's like this nose is attracting people.
Mike, 31 kids made it through that corner. One didn't. You have to start asking yourself why. You wrecked the car.
I didn't, Dad.
Yeah, you wrecked the
It's
car.
not that easy. On the finals, everyone's on you. They're trying to get by everyone as fast as they can before the race ends. And there was at least 2 or 3 people pushing me, and I was on my brakes trying to avoid the wreck. And one spins out, and then they just push me right into the car. My motor was flooded because it's going, the next thing you know, it stopped. And it messed up my front steering. I was thinking, start getting car start so I can get back in that race and just deal with the steering problem, just get something better in the Grand Nationals and last. Just sat down, watched all the people who watched one of the guys that was faster than win the race. Really, I couldn't do anything. It just happened at the wrong time, wrong place, wrong people behind me.
Said, you know, last year we didn't get to go, right?
Yeah.
So, right after I lost my job, the next month was Grand Nationals in Wisconsin. We couldn't go, there's no way. So, what you saw was essentially 2 years of waiting to get here. 2 years of preparation, 2 years of challenge races, a whole year for sure here of being competitive, knowing that you could compete with the guys that were up front, and then just having so many things go wrong that have never gone wrong in the entire 2 years we've been doing this, and having such bad luck between the rain, where they put us in qualifying, the weather conditions, and then having somebody spin out in front of you and not being able to avoid them, bending your spindle, and you can't even get through the first corner after 2 years in the making. You don't make it past the first turn. And then on top of that, you got to sit there for 18 laps and watch all your buddies drive by you 18 times while you sit there. I don't know. I think he handled it pretty well.
For not giving up in the whole week of racing. I felt a little bit better after I got that medal because it was very important to me because it showed that I competed in the Grand Nationals and that I was part of the competition, which made me feel a lot better.